Hello and welcome. Let's take a look at our top story this hour. 1 month ago, on the 26th of July, the military junta in West Africa's Niger ousted the democratically elected President Mohamed Bazoum and took over the country. Now, this triggered the threat of a military intervention by the ECOWAS group, a threat which still hangs over the nation. Despite uncertainties over the future, Niger's citizens gathered in the national stadium and celebrated the 1-month anniversary of the military junta's takeover.
The outcome is more than enough, and we thank God for having allowed us to live through these moments. The people have suffered for 13 years. The CNSP came to liberate them. We've been with them from the start until today, day after day. It's been 30 days. We are totally satisfied with the actions they have taken.
Now, even as the citizens celebrate, the military junta ordered its armed forces to go on the highest alert, citing increased threats of an attack. A document shared by Niger's defense chief said that the troops are being put on maximum alert. The document further said, and I quote, "Threats of aggression to the national territory are increasingly being felt." Now, another development is that the Niger's junta-appointed foreign ministry has expelled the French ambassador. The junta, in a statement, said, and I quote, "This is a response to actions taken by the French government that were contrary to the interests of Niger." Protesters in Niger have further threatened to storm the French base in the capital city of Niamey if the troops don't leave in 1 week.
It's all part of the general mobilization we have here. It's to demand the departure of these invading forces, this occupying force, the French force here at Niamey Air Base. That's why we wanted to come to the door of this base to ask them to leave our country from here. We don't need this occupying force. We don't want them on our land. We thank them, but we don't intend to go home. Hence the purpose of this demonstration.
Now, for more on this, we are being joined by a professor of history and international relations at the United States International University in Africa, Macharia Munene. Welcome to the broadcast, Professor. Now, 1 month after the coup, what has changed on the ground? What is the situation panning out to be?
Well, right now, the situation is very fluid. There is a new attitude on the ground. What happened last month is not just a coup. It's a manifestation of a long-term development. It's a revolution in terms of attitude and expectations. And what you have is a new phase of decolonization taking place, in the sense that there was a feeling for a long time that Niger and many other the Sahel countries that were former French colonies never really decolonized because they continue to be under the thumb of France officially through the colonial pact and all those things. And whoever became president or leader was approved or put there by the grace of France. And so the resentment that's taking place, the demonstrations we see, is an expression of resentment of what has been going on for some decades, that there is a new dispensation being sought after.
Now, Professor, why has the junta put its troops on high alert, despite ECOWAS saying that they are determined to bend backwards to accommodate diplomatic efforts?
Well, the initial reaction of ECOWAS was not very friendly. And so the junta is apprehensive. And actually, even when they took power, they appear to have been prepared for some of the developments taking place, because there was expectation that France might try to intervene, and actually it expressed some sentiments to that effect. The ECOWAS leadership also talked about invading or going to restore Bazoum by force in case the Junta does not accommodate. So there was already talk of invasion or intervention from ECOWAS and from outside the continent. And so their behavior is understandable to the extent that they expect that there'll be adverse reaction. And all they are doing is to show that they are ready for ECOWAS and for France or whoever it is. And this time they are not even alone. They have their neighbors saying they are going to support them. One of the bad things, or the unfortunate thing that's likely to happen, is that the neighboring, the particular Nigeria, if it goes in, invades or intervenes, it has a challenge of internal explosion in Nigeria, because people have said they don't want it. And especially those states in Nigeria that are next to Niger, they have expressed their position very clear. And not just the states, but also various professionals. So it is a dicey situation to be in. And President Talib is very unfortunate that he doesn't know what to do. Because as the leader of the ECOWAS, you'd like to imagine, then whatever he does will have repercussions inside Nigeria itself, more than maybe Niger. And many other countries are watching, and they are also being careful. They don't want some explosion in their own place because they went to stop a movement in Niger.
Right. Professor, thank you. We'll leave it there. Thank you for being with us on this broadcast and your valued insights there. WION, now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.